Hi, gang. I found a book that I thought you guys would all enjoy. It's called Something Good because every time you get to go to the store, which you probably haven't got to go lately, but when you get to go back to the store with your mom and dad, you want mom and daddy to buy something good. And something good to you is not always something good to them. Because something good to them means something healthy, something that's good for your body. But sometimes we want other stuff like maybe candy or cookies or ice cream, something like that. And this is about a little girl that goes shopping with her daddy, and she says that daddy never buys her anything good. And so let's find out what happens. This is Something Good by Robert Munsch. He's the one that's the author, and the art is by Michael Marchenko. So he's the one that drew the pictures. He's the illustrator. All right. Taya went shopping with her father and her brother and her sister, and she pushed the cart up the aisle and down the aisle, up the aisle and down the aisle, up the aisle and down the aisle. Taya said, "Sometimes my father doesn't buy good food. He gets bread and eggs and milk and cheese and spinach. Nothing any good. He doesn't buy ice cream, cookies, chocolate bars, or ginger ale." So Taya very quietly snuck away from her father and got a cart on her own, and she pushed it over to the ice cream. And then she put 100 boxes of ice cream into her cart. Ooh, that's a lot of ice cream. Taya pushed that cart up behind her father and said, "Daddy, look." And her father turned around and yelled, "Yikes!" Taya said, "Daddy, good food." "Oh, no," said her father. "This is sugary junk. It will rot your teeth. It will lower your IQ. Put it all back." So Taya put it back, the 100 boxes of ice cream. She meant to go right back to her father, but on the way, she had to pass the candy. She put 300 chocolate bars in her cart. Woo! Taya pushed that cart up behind her father and said, "Daddy, look." Her father turned around and said, "Yikes!" And Taya said, "Daddy, good food." "Oh, no," said her father. "This is sugary junk. Put it all back." So Taya put back all the chocolate bars, and then her father said, "Okay, Taya, I've had it. You stand here and don't move." Taya knew she was in big trouble, so she stood there and didn't move. Some friends came by and said hello. Taya didn't move. A man ran over her toe with his cart. Ow! But Taya still didn't move. A lady who worked at the store came by and looked at Taya. She looked her over from the top down, and then she looked her over from the bottom up. And she knocked Taya on the head, and Taya still didn't move. The lady said, "This is the nicest doll I've ever seen. It looks almost real." She put a price tag on Taya's nose that said $29.95. Then she picked Taya up and put her on the shelf with all the other dolls. A man came along and looked at Taya, and he said, "This is the nicest doll I've ever seen. I'm going to get that doll for my son." He picked Taya up by the hair. Taya yelled very loudly, "Stop!" The man screamed, "Ah! It's alive!" And he ran down the aisle, knocking over a pile of 500 apples. Oh, man. A lady came along and looked at Taya, and she said, "This is the nicest doll I've ever seen. I think I'll buy this doll for my daughter." And she picked up Taya by one ear. Taya yelled as loudly as she could, "Stop!" The lady screamed, "Ah! It's alive!" And she ran down the aisle, knocking over a pile of 500 oranges. Now there's food everywhere. Then Taya's father came along looking for his daughter. He said, "Taya, Taya, Taya, where are you? Taya, what are you doing on that shelf?" Taya said, "It's all your fault. You told me not to move, and people are trying to buy me." "Oh, come now," said her father. "I won't let anybody buy you." And he gave Taya a big kiss and a big hug, and then they went to pay for all the food. The man at the cash register looked at Taya, and he said, "Hey, mister, you can't take that kid out of the store. You have to pay for her. It says so right on her nose, $29.95. "Wait," said the father, "this is my own kid. I don't have to pay for my own kid." The man said, "If it has a price tag, you have to pay for it." "I won't pay," said the father. "You've got to," said the man. The father said, "No." The man said, "Yes." The father said, "No." The man said, "Yes." The father and Andrew and Julie all yelled, "No." Then Taya quietly said, "Daddy, don't you think I'm worth $29.95? I mean, well, of course you're worth $29.95, said her father. And he reached into his wallet and got the money out and paid the man and took the price tag off of Taya's nose. Taya gave her dad a big kiss, smooch, and a big hug. And then she said, Daddy, you finally bought something good after all. Then her daddy picked up Taya and gave her a big long hug, and he didn't say anything at all. The end. But hey, look what Daddy bought Taya at the store. A big bag of, what is that? Looks like gumballs. Cool. Pretty cool story, isn't it? Alright, guys. Have a good day. And I'll see you later. Bye.